got a very special unboxing for you all today. We have the new Retrobit Bluetooth Sega controllers, Sega Genesis and Sega Saturn. So we're going to go ahead and take a closer look at these guys and open them up and see how they feel. I originally got to go hands-on with prototypes of these controllers at E3 2019, and I was really liking how they felt, but I cannot wait to get my hands on these final versions. But let's go ahead and start with the Genesis controller because, honestly, friggin' Genesis, man. Classic. Anyway, the box is still inspired by the original Genesis box arts. I love this. It still has the cloth, the red, seal of quality, shiny logo, wireless 8-pad arcade pad. It's all still very reminiscent of the original boxes, and I freaking love it. Obviously, there's no wire, so we have this little wireless thing. This is actually like textured. That's really awesome. Yeah, so you can see it in the glossiness right there that this is all textured. Fantastic. I love it. Anyway, this controller is compatible with Steam, PC, Mac, PS3, Android, and Switch. And I imagine pretty much anything else under the sun that uses Bluetooth. Anyway, these boxes are actually smaller than the boxes Retrobit shipped their original Sega controllers in. I'm imagining part of that is due to the fact that it doesn't have a 10-foot cord, but I'm liking the redesign. It's a lot more trim. It's still inspired by the original box, but we actually have some differences here. Like, this is just a slipcase instead of being a cardboard box. And we have this inner box here. And I love that it just says Genesis. Another area of difference is they don't have the huge cardboard part up top here for the shelf hook. It's just a little tab this time. Really trims it down and just makes this look so much more sleek. I freaking love it. Alright, so anyway, front, very reminiscent of the original release. Sides have awesome Genesis. Top still features the striped work. Sega! On the bottom here, we of course have warranty, trademark info. But let's go ahead and take a look at the back. So it's still reminiscent of the original Genesis design. We have Genesis up here all shiny like. Name of controller, Bluetooth, compatible systems, and then relive the controller that changed the game. This time experience it on a whole new level. The officially licensed Sega Genesis controller with Bluetooth wireless technology features rumble capabilities and a 550 milliamp hour rechargeable battery. Play up to 20 hours on a full charge and game to your fullest ability. So I am excited about the rumble capabilities and the fact that it has a built-in rechargeable battery. I'm really looking forward to putting this guy into some serious use on my PC and Switch. Moving on, we have a couple more bullet points about the controller, including that it is officially licensed, features Bluetooth technology, works on a bunch of different systems, and that it uses micro USB, 20 hours of gameplay, X input and direct input modes are still here. And then there's this note about it being compatible with the original consoles if you have the Bluetooth receiver that they will be releasing at a later date. I think it's funny that they have a 10-meter range for us North American users. I don't mind it. I know what that means. The rest of these screenshots are really awesome too because you can see close-ups on the D-pad, face buttons, and then a new line of 4 LEDs so you can see player number. But overall, I'd give this box a solid amazing rating because guess what? It looks beautiful and it still looks like it's inspired by the original thing, which is what I'm sure they're going for, and it just looks so good and it feels so good. But let's go ahead and move on to the Saturn Controller Box because this guy looks just as good. Like, look at this. We still have the white off-white color stripes of the Saturn. Got the original inspired design. Once again, there are no shadows underneath the controller like in the original Saturn boxes. Not a big aesthetic change, not a big deal. Just thought I'd mention it. This is all raised and textured again, so it feels really cool. Wireless controller featuring Bluetooth technology up in the glossiness area. Sega Saturn logo. Color and system compatibilities once again. And Sega! And just like on the Genesis controller, it says Sega Saturn on the side with the Saturn logo, and I just freaking love this. It looks so cool. But pretty much everything is exactly the same on this box as was on the Genesis box. We got warranty, trademark info down here. Sega logo, Retrobit logo up here with the alternating pattern. And then the back of the box features a, once again, replica aesthetic design of an original Saturn Controller Box. Once again, shiny, like it, Sega Saturn, love it. Relive the controller that changed the game. This time experience it on a whole new level. The officially licensed Sega Saturn controller Bluetooth wireless technology features robot capabilities and a 550 mAh rechargeable battery. Play up to 20 hours on a full charge and game to your fullest ability. BM, all the info back here is pretty much identical to that found on the Genesis controller. Like, the description's pretty much the same, the bullet points are the same, so let's go ahead and take a look at some screenshots, because the Saturn controller is one of my favorite controllers, the Model 2 that is. But I just love the Japanese button colors. And I can't wait until these receivers go on sale so I can actually play my Saturn wirelessly. Oh, yes. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this opened up. And I'm going to start with the Sega Saturn controller because I love this controller and I want to see it so much. So, we'll start here. Alright, so this slips right off, and that is cool. Look at that. Got wireframe drawing of the controller, wireless, this is all textured, glossy. Nothing on the top and bottom. And then the back, Retrobit, Sega Saturn, Sega. Very nice. Alright, so this should just pop off. There we go. Oh, that is nice. Ooh, look at this. We got an instruction manual. But here is the controller itself. And a USB cable. Oh, that feels nice. Couple extra new buttons. Yeah, this feels wonderful to hold. But if you look down here, you can actually see the rumble motors that they added in for the Bluetooth versions of this controller. The USB receiver is covering up where they used to have Retrobit on the wired ones. I love this. Like, this is where the cord would come out. Like, oh, it looks so good. It has a really good, it has a nice weight to it. Like, this is a solid controller. It feels really nice. Yeah, that is solid. I love this. Alright, let's take a quick look at the instruction manual here real quick, because I am curious about a couple things. So, open it up. We've got controls diagrams. So it shows a bunch of different systems that this is compatible for. And I notice here that it says that PC wired is a thing. I was wondering about that, and I'm glad to have confirmation now. This will work as a wired controller. But anyway, we got more features over here. We got operation. Press home for 1 second to power on. Hold home for 3 seconds to power off. And then we have some connecting methods. So it looks like if you're playing this on the Switch... Oh, that's cool. You can switch over the D-pad to a left analog stick, so you can actually use these controllers for like Link's Awakening, since that game does not support D-pad input. You can also use it for games like Smash and things like that. This is really awesome. That's a great thing. And then if you don't like the way that the buttons are mapped, you can swap those as well with a button combo. That is beautiful. Brilliant. Android, Amazon devices, PC, Mac, PS3. So it looks like on PS3 you actually have to use the controller with a wire. That's going to be interesting to test out. I cannot wait to do so. On the back we have Spanish and French versions of that instruction, so nice. Alright, let's move on to the Genesis controller because I want to see it. Anyway, I imagine we'll see mostly the same stuff here. We'll slip the front cover off. Yep, there's an awesome wireframe design of the Genesis controller. Nothing on the tops. Back has Genesis, Retrobit, and Sega. I love these boxes. I love this. Like they're so good looking. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to take this off without ruining it somehow. But this is a good looking box. Pop that open. Once again have an instruction manual. I imagine it's pretty much the same as the Saturn version. Yep, we have different button layouts, operation, yep. Pretty much identical, just a different picture. There it is. The good old Genesis controller itself. Ooh. That is a lot more cozy than I was really expecting it to be. Interesting. I feel like the buttons on this feel different than the ones on the Saturn controller. Yeah, these buttons feel way better to me than the Saturn controller. Yeah, the Saturn controller is like way more clicky. And these ones just feel way smoother. It'll be fun to actually start diving into gameplay to see how how those different buttons really affect gameplay, because this is definitely not the same buttons. Anyway, we're trying to look at the Genesis controller right now. The shoulder buttons feel a lot more stiff, which should make them more responsive. Now, one thing I'd like to note about the Genesis controller is that it did feel thicker than this when I held it at E3, I thought, but it's actually pretty much the exact same size. Like, they're virtually identical. They're not adding any extra size to it. This is really awesome. I was wholeheartedly expecting it to be a little bit thicker, but they have managed to make it the exact same shell. That's freaking awesome. Even the Saturn version is practically identical. I, once again, thought it was going to be a little bit thicker, but that just turns out to not be the case. It is the exact same shell, exact same size. Beautiful. They definitely redesigned the shoulder buttons a little bit on the Saturn controller too. They're a little bit more responsive. I didn't mind these, but this is definitely going to be nice. Anyway, that is our first overlook of the Retrobit, Sega Genesis, and Sega Saturn Bluetooth wireless controllers. I am going to be testing these guys over the next week or so to see how they really tick, put them through some punishment, and see how well they last. Full review coming soon. Thank you so much for making it to the end of today's unboxing. I'm really excited to begin testing these Retrobit Bluetooth controllers. Retrobit's quality has been top-notch over the last couple of years, and their Sega controllers have been some of their finest work yet, so having a wireless version is very exciting to me. I also like the additions of rumble motors for PC gaming and Switch gaming. I think that is going to be really fun to have in my controller. I don't know how much that appeals to other people, but for me, I love force feedback. I have enjoyed it ever since it appeared in Star Fox 64 for the first time, and has been one of my favorite controller features ever since, so when it's not there, it just feels a little off to me. But again, stay tuned for the full review coming in the next week or two. I am looking forward to making it. I hope you're excited to see it. Thanks again for watching this video. I can't do this without all of your help and support, and I just want you all to know that. Thank you so much for watching, the shares, the comments, anything, any interaction that you guys give me here, Twitter, Facebook, Discord, anywhere. Thank you. If this is your first time on my channel, please hit that subscribe button so you can see more awesome content as it releases. If you'd like to further help support the channel, you can always click that join button here on YouTube or click that Patreon link in the bottom right hand of the video. Everything that comes in goes directly back into supporting the channel, and again, it makes it so I'm able to bring you videos just like this, so thank you as always just for your consideration. But until next time, stay awesome, and we will see you all back next video.